Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Sunday. All right, guys, well, we're back to talk about Garcelle because Garcelle is reacting to not just everything that's going on in the Vanderpump Rules world, but also her son is involved. Because if you guys watched this past week's episode of Vanderpump Rules, yeah, she said it was a mess. It's definitely a mess. Now, we know that Raquel hooked up with Oliver, and hooked up, we're using that loosely. We don't know if anything else happened behind the scenes. We know that they made out. And now people are upset with Raquel because Oliver had a wife at home, and his wife has been very open about her thoughts on all of this. She's been claiming, she's had a lot of claims. We'll get into it. But now Lala has also entered the conversation, and Garcelle's mentioning Lisa Vanderpump, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Kathy Hilton, and they did their first cast trip. So we have a lot to discuss. But before we jump in, you guys know how this works. If you haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And also, just like it says in the banner below, go check out our messy ass little sister channel. Her name is Up and Adam too. And she has after parties, behind the scenes, and of course, morning meetings. Go check her out. With that, let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys, so I've been waiting to hear from Garcelle, but of course she is reacting because her son is involved in all of the drama. I don't know if you remember Oliver from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Erica was hitting on him. A lot of people hit on him. He's a good-looking guy, but Garcelle got him a job at Lisa Vanderpump's restaurant in Las Vegas. He lives in Las Vegas with his wife and also his child, and he has maintained that him and his wife were split up. Okay, so if you guys watch the episode, Raquel is getting a lot of crap because of Peter, right? Tom Schwartz, who was going through a divorce, Oliver, who's still very much so married, and now Tom Sandoval. But this time, I wanted to kind of point out when they went to Lisa's restaurant in Vegas, you see where Lisa Vanderpump was the first one to say that, well, I believe he split up. You know, he's not with his wife anymore. So I don't know, guys. He's a good looking guy. I mean, the whole thing seemed like it was a very smart move to bring Oliver into the mix, especially because it's like our Beverly Hills Vanderpump crossover without even knowing that we needed it because we haven't had one in a long time. This is what was said. Thank you, Reality Blurb, for mentioning it all. Now, Wednesday night, March 8th episode of Vanderpump Rules saw Raquel making moves with none other than Oliver Saunders, Garcelle's son, who works at Vanderpump Paris in Las Vegas. She said it all sounds like a mess to me. That's what she told E! News, and she said it's a mess and I want no part of it. Garcelle admits that Oliver is an adult. She's not responsible for his actions, but that doesn't mean she's ready to see the PDA-packed episode go down, especially now coming to terms with the news of Raquel's month-long affair with Sandoval. And when I say months, I mean I'm adding an S to it. Months-long affair. Ultimately leading to the dissolution of his 9-year relationship with Ariana Madix. She said, listen, my son's a grown man. He makes decisions, and I'm not always okay with all of the decisions that he makes. I need to see the episode that he's in before he, or I can speak on it, and I haven't seen it yet. Oliver and Raquel's decision, making is debatable, as at the time that they kissed, Oliver was still legally married to his estranged wife, Samantha Saunders, and Samantha has blasted Oliver for lying and cheating with Raquel as the two navigate their divorce. Also, it's unclear if Raquel and Sandoval were seeing one another at the time of her kiss with Oliver and prior to her and Oliver's interaction and the exposure of her affair to Sandoval. Raquel was also allegedly linked to Tom Schwartz, who we know, again, is the soon-to-be or now ex-husband of Katie. I think this was all a complete setup. It feels like a setup. If you go through and you really try to figure out this situation, the way that Lala hit the nail on the head in her confessionals when she's like, it's weird because Raquel didn't even have any interest in Oliver until I said that he was hot. And I'm like, okay, I didn't really think about that. But then when Katie's mom spoke out at the table about how this affects Katie, Raquel wanting to make out with Tom Schwartz, I think that's when they kind of saw, okay, well, or she saw, I got to kind of make a different move. I don't want them to know what I'm doing. I don't want them to know that I'm hooking up with Tom Sandoval. So now maybe if I go make out with Oliver, Lisa's pushing it. The other girls are pushing it. Okay, they're pushing the narrative. I'll go with it. What do I have to lose? Because it's better for me to just go around and do this than for the entire cast to find out that I've been hooking up with Tom Sandoval. behind my best friend's back. I feel like you can't even say that, but she does, so it keeps going. On a lighter note, diverting from the Vanderpump Rules mess, Garcelle told the outlet that she's unsure whether or not Beverly Hills friend Kathy Hilton would be returning for season 13 of the show, but she's hopeful. She said, I would love it. I think there's a lot of water under that bridge that needs to be repaired outside of our group with the family, but I would love to have her back. We have the best time. She also said she's become very close with Lisa Vanderpump, okay? And she said, if she came on the show, it would make my day. It would start a little bit of trouble, but she said, we have so much fun when it's just the two of us kikiing and hanging out. It would ruffle some feathers, but it would be fun. Now, Lala Kent has also entered the conversation because Lala is being blamed for convincing Raquel to hook up with Oliver. Raquel said, Lala told me that he was single. And Lala's like, no, you dirty little bottom feeder. That is not how that went down. And I'm like, oh, when Lala enters the conversation, it's probably not going to be the best situation. She entered the conversation for this one. She's entered the conversation for this one. I mean, Lala Kent has literally entered the conversation for a lot of these. Hold on. This is what she said. I was like, oh, Lala mentioned meeting him at Vanderpump Patty opening, and she was saying something that like she was kind of into him. That's what she explained to Page Six's virtual reality podcast. And that made me think he was single. There was no thought in my head that he was not. Well, you can just ask. Even though Lala, whether or not she did say that, Lisa Vanderpump did say that on camera. Raquel shared that Oliver point blank told her, I'm separated from my wife and I have a child. She felt charmed by his really good personality and found the way that he spoke about his son to be very endearing. And she found herself thinking, I'm kind of into this guy. And then Lala gave me the green light. Lala does not have to give you the green light. Meanwhile, in the same interview, Sheena said that due to Oliver's relationship status being an immediate red flag to Lala, she told Raquel she could have him, even though she had a crush on Oliver herself. Raquel got put in such a bad position. It was not her fault. This is coming from Sheena. Now, Lala told Us Weekly, bottom feeders attract bottom feeders and real recognize real. That's how it's always been. According to Lala, Raquel's behavior mid-season 10, which included dates with Peter and makeouts with Tom Schwartz, feels very climby. There's plenty of dudes that you can make out with. You got to get out of the group. For it to be your best friend's dude, it's just yucky. For her to make a comeback, the group's never going to forget. That's some low-down, dirty stuff. I personally would leave and run away and go home. I would go and live my life. You don't expect your best friend who's a woman to do you like that. And to sit there and look, you in the eyes and confide in each other and go get lunch when the whole time that she's been doing this behind your back, it's absolutely terrifying. This is Ariana's real life. It's everyone's real life, and I'm heartbroken for her. I cannot even imagine she is going to come out of this looking at her life very differently. Now, Lala is understandably disgusted by Raquel's behavior, but she said she has no plans to get physical at the upcoming reunion. I'm not trying to catch a case. Also, there's something about putting my hands on someone that feels ick. So that's not going to be me, but I've never really been a physical person. That's why I talk the way I do. I don't know how the rest of the cast is going to be, and I think that there's going to be a lot of security. All right, well, there you have it. Lala has chimed into the conversation. Garcelle has reacted to the conversation. And now I just want to hear what your thoughts are. So go ahead and comment below. Let us know what you think. And before you go, if you haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And tomorrow morning, we'll see you for our morning meeting on Up and Adam 2 at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Love you guys.